What's up, you, with your girl Marsha the Dreamer? Listen, do I have another amazing, powerful message for my dreamers today? But before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and come and join the dream team. Okay, listen. So today's topic is going to be about self-love. And you know, I had to wear my shirt, how to represent, okay? So today's topic is about self-love. I haven't came up with a title yet. I'm allow God to flow, and maybe it'll be something like how to fall in love with yourself again. I'm not sure, but we're going to allow God to lead us, right? But I want to let y'all know that I know you guys hear a lot around social media, like what self-love is and what it looks like. And, you know, buy yourself something new, take yourself on a date, going to the gym. Like, okay, yeah, that's self-care, right? So we need to know the difference between self-care and self-love. Self-care is doing things for yourself in the physical form, right? And sometimes, you know, self-care can be spiritual, mental, emotionally, but it just depends, right? But normally self-care is like, oh, I'm going to do these things. I'm going to buy myself a new outfit. I'm going to get my nails done, whatever, on the self-care part, what makes yourself feel better, right? But self-love comes from within, right? How do you really feel about yourself? When life hits hard, how do you really feel about yourself, right? Are you talking down on you? When you keep making the same mistakes, or you're not where you want to be in life, right? Are you putting yourself down? Or are you believing in yourself no matter where you are at? Loving yourself unconditionally. No matter what you keep doing wrong, you love yourself unconditionally. Are you gentle with yourself? Are you understanding with yourself? Are you forgiving of yourself? That's a big one. A lot of us are walking around with a heavy heart because we don't even know how to forgive ourselves. We're mad at so-and-so. We're mad at what we went through. But have you forgave who you are and what you have done in the past? And I just think, like, with self-love, it's like we have to really know and acknowledge that we're going to fall short. We're human. We're going to make mistakes, right? But the part about growing is learning not to keep doing it. Yes, you might have an addiction. Yes, you might have a problem. Yes, you may mismanage your money. Maybe you're in a situation because you know you keep making the same mistake over and over again. Maybe you're in that toxic relationship and you know you need to leave. Okay, but that's when you have to make sure that you don't keep repeating the same cycle. You got to love yourself to know I'm more worthy than this. A lot of us are committed to our pain. A lot of us are committed to that relationship that you know that you were supposed to been leave. A lot of us are committed to the wrong things instead of committing to loving ourselves unconditionally. That doesn't mean to love yourself when you're doing good. Don't choose to decide to love you when you're flourishing and you're doing good and you're successful. Oh, I love me now. I'm the greatest version of myself now. How about loving you when you are down and out? How about loving you when you're lost? How about loving yourself when you feel hopeless? How about loving yourself when you feel like there's no way out? How about loving yourself when you got an addiction? That's what self-love is about. It's loving yourself even when you're not in a perfection state. You got to learn to love you unconditionally, but you also got to learn how to be able to move forward and not stay stuck. That's another part of self-love. A lot of us are in places that we know that we're supposed to move forward, but we are afraid to let go. We're afraid to make that step. We are afraid of the things that we know that we're supposed to do. And some of the things is because we don't truly love ourselves. We don't feel that we are worthy enough. But I'm here to tell you that you are worthy. But you have to believe that first. You got to know that you are worthy no matter what mistakes you made today. No matter how many times you fell short. If God can forgive us Every time we sin and all we have to do is go repent, you can forgive yourself and move forward and make something better out of your life. But see, what we lose sight of is that we can't keep making the same mistakes and thinking it's okay. You got to know when to stop. Quit going in the same cycle over and over again. You are worthy more than that addiction. You're worthy more than that toxic and an abusive relationship. You are worthy more than that 9-to-5 that keeps making you feel like you are stuck. You are worthy more than just living in a place that you don't want to live. But you have to know that first. You got to know that you are worthy more than that, right? And when you start loving yourself more, then that's when things change, right? And people are like, well, how do you love yourself? Well, loving yourself starts with obedience. It starts with discipline. I bet you wasn't ready for that, huh? Loving yourself is learning how to be disciplined. Learning how to be obedient to the Most High. That's love. See, my deliverance was my obedience. When I decided to be obedient to God is when I learned to love me, self-love. See, the whole time that I was chasing the things that God was telling me to let go, to leave, I was afraid to do it because I thought that was my identity. In the moment that I sacrificed and I chose God and myself is when I start seeing things in a different vision, in a different lens, right? And you got to know that, yes, I might be battling with something today, but if you would just be obedient to God and listen to what he's trying to tell you, his obedience is the key to your deliverance. Just like if you're in that toxic relationship, right? And God is saying, leave this relationship. If you are obedient to God and you leave, right? Then that's a form of self-love. I love myself so much that I know that I won't stay in a place that is breaking me, that is hurting me. I'm going to walk away, even though it hurts. I'm going to walk away because I love me. I love me too much to put up with this. You in a job knowing that you're worth more. You're not going to just sit up there and take that. You're going to go and you're going to find another job that sees your worth. Because guess what? Because you love you. When you love yourself, you don't tolerate anything that is less of what you deserve. So that's the start of self-love. It's obedience and discipline. Staying disciplined in areas of your life is going to save you from heartbreaks, from all the things that you run from, right? It's going to save you. Because if you're disciplined, you have self-control. And if you have self-control, you have ways of being able to choose better and make better decisions. When you wake up and you go to the gym every day, right? You're not going to be motivated to go to the gym every day. There's days where I don't even want to go. But when I practice discipline, motivation didn't get me up. My discipline did. My discipline got me in that gym because I created habits in my life that formed a routine. So now I'm not only operating on this desire and these feelings, I'm operating on knowing that it has to get done regardless of how I feel. Because why? Because I love myself. I'm worth the healing. I'm worth sacrificing. I'm worth putting in the work. I'm worth going to that gym every day and disciplining myself. I'm worth that relationship. I'm worth that marriage, right? A lot of us are afraid to be single because we don't really love ourselves. You know you're not in the right relationship, but you're afraid to let go. But if you just make the decision to let go and move forward, guess what? That is an act of self-love. Yeah, I'm afraid to be alone, but I love myself. I'd rather be alone than be in a relationship. And I want to let y'all guys know that being single is lit. Like, man, I met this girl at the this event the other day, and her podcast is called Successfully Single. And I was like, that is so dope. Like, you're successful and you're single. Like, a lot of us need to be single. Like, you need to be able to focus, right? But there's nothing wrong with being single and there's nothing wrong with being married. Hey, it's just your preference, and it's about, you know, wherever your season is at, right? Because I desire to be married, right? But I was afraid to be single. And the whole time that I was afraid to be single, it was my deliverance to, like, me being obedient to God was my deliverance to my single life, right? So I decided to be single, and I have been flourishing ever since. I've been like happy, conquering all my goals, like doing all these things that I was supposed to do. I am not distracted. I'm focused, right? So that was an act of self-love. So that's how you love yourself. Making decisions of the opposite of what you keep doing that you know that is heading you down the wrong road. That's the start of self-love, right? And then there's other forms of self-love too. But, you know, we'll get on that. I'll probably make another video, but we'll get into that too. But, you know, I feel like obedience and discipline is a big part of self-love, right? And of course, God, like, that's the main thing, is God. Like, God is like the recipe to it all. Like, you have to put God first in everything that you do. You have to. And once you be able to love God and create that unconditional bond with God, and then that self-love is going to come in too, because see, we can't do everything on our own. We have to depend on the Most High, and that's what He's there for. And a lot of us are afraid to face God because we're ashamed of the mistakes that we have committed. But God is saying that I'm okay, just repent. Repent, and that's it. So God first, then you. With self-love, it comes with discipline and obedience, okay? But God first, then discipline and obedience. And then it's all going to come together, right? It's all going to come together. So stay blessed. I'll see y'all next time, my dreamers. Love you.